Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube. Today I have this is funny.
This is why I tell you it takes like an hour to film.
Okay, look at the sun. What's up guys? Hi guys. Stop, I'm sweating.
Why?
Stop!
Go.
Now I have to start over.
I know.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I brought my guest, of which is my husband. His name is Sergio.
What's up guys?
Okay, in today's video we're just gonna be sharing with you guys our love story of how we met. So I'm gonna start and tell you my story of like how it happened before I get to meet him in person. So I met him through his friend. So his friend was dating one of my friends. I was living with my two friends and one of them was dating his friend. So we used to hang out with my friends and his friend, and I remember that every time like we will hang out, he will always say to me, oh, maybe you should bring your boyfriend and we all hang out, and I'll just ignore him. And then one time he just like asked me, so I told him that I wasn't dating. So I remember one time that we were all hanging out and I received a message on Facebook from my ex-boyfriend that I was with a few years ago. So he was begging me to like for us to get back together, and I remember that I went to his friend to ask for advice. So I was telling him that like I just received a message from like a person that I was dating like few years ago, and this relationship was toxic, so we decided to end it. So I was telling him like everything that happened. So he was basically telling me that no, you deserve better, you need to let go of this guy, he showed you that he didn't care about you because of the things he did. So he was just like telling me that not to get back with this guy. And then he told me like, you know, I have a cousin that I want you to meet and I like you for my cousin, and I think you guys would make a good couple because you're single and he's also single. His past relationships too were also like toxic, so I guess you guys would know how to appreciate each other. So I just didn't want to meet him. So he showed me pictures of two people. No, he showed me your picture first, and I was like, no, I'm not attracted to this guy, I don't think like we can date. And he's like, oh okay, I also have and he was like, okay, I also have another friend who is single, maybe you can choose between them which one like you would like better. And then I asked him to show me his picture. So he showed me the other guy, and then he showed me a picture of like my husband. So when he showed me these two people, I was like, no, I prefer this one, meaning my husband. So he was like, yeah, so you guys should like set up to meet and stuff. But I was just not entertaining it. I guess at the time I was at the point where I was just like scared of relationships because of the past, and like I was just not doing well like mentally at the time, so I wasn't in a good space to be in a relationship. So I remember that when my friends also used to like tell me like, oh, you need to go out and like meet people, you can try even like dating sites, you never know. And I just knew, like, as much as I wasn't ready for relationships, I just knew the person I was gonna be in a relationship with, how he was gonna look like. And it's crazy because in the past I've only dated like black men, so I never been in an interracial relationships, and I never thought of it because I've never had any different race like approaching me, like so I never thought of it. But it's crazy, every time people ask me like, so since you're not dating, what's your type, like what kind of man do you want? And so I would tell them like what kind of man I want, but I always said that also that the man that is gonna be in my life now is gonna be different from the men I've dated in the past. And I always knew that I was gonna be with a person that was from a different race. it's crazy. And then I remember that before I received his because he sent me a message on DM. Before I received the message a day before, I remember that I wasn't feeling well. So I'm not the type of person who believe like all dreams that you have will happen how you had it, you know. So I remember that at night I had a dream where I was like walking in this church. I was like crying because I guess they were like praying for people. So I was walking towards the altar, and while I was walking, the person who was praying for everyone was just standing there like in the front, and next to this person it was this guy who was standing next to him. While I was walking, I was crying, and this guy, when I got there, the guy who was standing there too was just like crying, standing there. And then I walked, and I remember the person who was praying asked me like, so why are you here? And my response that I need a prayer. And he didn't pray for me, so he had something like a rope. So when I got there, he just like tied us together, and he said like, from today you don't have to worry, you never be alone again.
It's interesting.
Yeah, that's what happened.
That rope is symbolic. In the past, they used to do that with the hands. When you were getting married to someone, they would tie around a rope to your hands. Why are you getting emotional, babe?
Okay, yeah, so he said that like from today you never be alone again. And that was it. I woke up from the dream, and I remember in the morning my friend texted me, asked me like how I was feeling, how I was doing, and I woke up, I was just in a good mood. And I remember that I just said to them, I was like, we're all like joking, saying that, oh, I was telling them that, oh, I had a dream about this, and so you guys are ready for like to prepare for my wedding. So we were just laughing about it, because they asked me like, who are you gonna get married to, because you never even like wanna go out and meet like someone. So that was it. And then the morning after I talked to them, I received his DM, and I remember I was telling my friends that, guess what, I just received a DM from the guy that is a friend with your friend. I was talking to my friend who is dating his friend. So we're just laughing that is the guy that I didn't want to date. So I just received his DM. So that's how everything started. So I'm gonna
That's from her side. My side was completely different. So I had known about you because my best friend was dating her friend at the time, and so the way it worked for me was I knew about you since he met you, basically. Because the moment he was like, oh, there are other girls, maybe you can date, you know, one of these girls, because him being my best friend, he knows my whole life story, the toxic stories that come before. But for a long time I just wasn't with relationships. It was really sour for me, so I was hesitant to meet anyone. And at the time I was subconscious about myself, and when he showed me your picture, I was like, nah, she'll never go for me. There's no reason to even try to talk to her, because I wasn't confident with myself in talking to her at the time. So I put off meeting you for probably like a month and a half, because I had met my best friend's girlfriend at the time like a month and a half before I met you.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of just self-consciousness and just a fear of like, relationships didn't work out for me in the past. It didn't matter. There's no reason to even try. And then I did DM you, but it was because I finally got the urge to say, you know what, let me at least meet her, and if it didn't work, then I could just at least have a new friend and say that I tried.
So and how was I when you texted me?
Your texts were really dry. I was fishing, like, here's a paragraph just to get the little one word.
I remember that he would text me and I would just read it and ignore it and maybe like respond the next day.
But I think part of the reason why we clicked is because I was persistent. It like, culture aside, I feel like if I wasn't as like, oh, we need to talk and see where this goes, we wouldn't be sitting here doing this vlog today.
Yeah. And then we set up like how we were gonna meet, so we decided to have like a double date with our friend. So we just met in the house. But I remember when you walked in, I came to you and like we hugged each other for like.
It felt like a long hug.
It was a long hug.
And it was the moment that we realized like this is someone that we wanted to stick around to. Like
we didn't click until like we met for the first time and we hugged each other. There was just this spark that like, okay, this is my person. So we had this long hug and we didn't let go of each other, because I remember our friends were laughing.
We're laughing
like, okay, what's going on here? Yeah, so we just met and we were chatting, and I just liked how respectful he was, and like the way he was just talking, I knew that okay, this guy, I like him. And then the second time we met and we were just like, it was just two of us. The second time I remember that we hugged, and the first thing he said...
She's missing an important part of the story, because I was supposed to come see her the second day after, but at the time I had a crazy work schedule, and I think I had worked like until, I think I was working 2 jobs that day, and then I came home to take a nap, and I thought that I'd have the time to come see you right after the nap, but slept completely through the entire evening, and automatically she was already like, oh, this guy doesn't take me serious, and I had to like be persistent again to even get you to see me that next time.
Yeah, I was mad though, because the first time we met, I enjoyed your company and I already liked you, and then the second time you now disappoint me and not show up, and I was trying to text you and you were not responding. So I was like, oh, okay, so this is the reason why I was scared of being in a relationship.
And it wasn't even like that. I'm a hard worker.
I know. So the second time when we met, we hugged each other, and the first thing he said, what did he say? He said, you're gonna be my
wife one day.
Yeah. So he said, you're gonna be my wife one day. And I was like, okay. And at the time I didn't tell him about my dream. So I told him that day after he said that, of the dream that I had. So from then,
that's why everything just clicked, and we've been together since.
Yeah, we've been together since. And then after like few days, he like asked me if I would be his girlfriend.
No, that's another funny part though, because I verbally asked her if she agreed to be in a relationship with me, and she thought it was funny that I was even asking. And I think that's a culture thing. Once you guys meet somebody and you start like having an attraction, you're automatically together. And over here, until you verbalize that, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, but it's because like the things that we were doing, it was showing as if like we're already in a relationship. We're kissing and stuff.
Culture 100%, because over here you can meet somebody and kiss on the first night, but it doesn't mean that you're together.
I mean, I understand that, but like the connection, like the way even we were talking,
I understand.
It was like we're already dating. So when he asked me like, would you be my girlfriend, I just laughed at him like, what you mean? What have you been doing? So yeah, but I understood from his
you know, from on our end, Americans have like a very fast pace. Like you can feel like you met somebody that's gonna be something, you know, stable and serious, but then next week you're a ghost, you know. So that's why I had to verbalize it. Are we a title or are we not?
Yeah. And 8th of June, because we met in January, and then 8th of June he popped the question, will you marry me? And I said yes. And then on the 7th of August we got married. And here we are, husband and wife. Husband and wife. Oh, I forgot to tell you, my husband, he's Hispanic. He didn't even tell you that. He's Hispanic. He's a Puerto Rican. Yeah, he's a Puerto Rican.
I'm an Americanized Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
My heritage is from there, but I was born in New York, so I grew up in the States.
Yeah, but like your roots, he's Puerto Rican. So that's it, guys. That's how we met. I believe that God brought us together.
So do I.
Yeah,
Especially from the stories that we had from our past and where both our mentalities were to what it is now, complete 180.
Yeah, I really believe that God brought us together because the way it happened and like how, as much as it happened so fast, but like I believe it was God.
100%.
Okay guys, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please click that subscribe button and like and comment down below and what you would like. If you would like to see Sergio again in my videos, please leave a comment down below and suggest what videos you would like to see from us. Thank you
guys
for watching. Bye.
I used to stay up all night trying to find my place, chasing neon lights and looking for some kind of trace to lead me out of darkness. Give me a little faith, something to make me stronger, someone who could light the way. Then you came to me and you gave me